Hi Gemini, hope you guys are doing great today. So I'm going to be doing a relationship read like I used to do. A lot of you have been asking for it again. So I'm going to be starting out with singles, going into partnered, then going into those of you who are in separation. I'll timestamp below in the description box. Also, you'll find my 20% off discount code for my June special. I'm also adding my July specials a little bit early because I know a lot of you get frustrated when you can't get the slots that you want. So my July specials are going to be a new reading that I'm offering called Trouble in Paradise. That has to do with if you're in a relationship and there are some troubles and you want some clarification on what's going on there, as well as non-tarot birth chart analysis, where I break down your birth chart for you. So 20% off of those. So I know a lot of you have been requesting that I give a coupon code for the birth chart analysis or my more extensive reads, just so that it's more manageable. So I wanted to do that for you guys. Okay, so let's get into this. Now remember, no astrology with this. All right, I know a lot of you love it, a lot of you don't. I typically do naturally incorporate it into all of my readings, but this is going to be an energy only, and this is also going to be a timeless read. So I'm doing it on the day of the eclipse because I feel just very, very tuned in today because of the energies. But this is going to be rolling out, Gemini, over the course of the next 6 months. So I want you to try to keep that in mind while you're listening to it. Also, try to keep in mind that these are general messages. Take what resonates, throw out the rest. And also certainly check your rising sun, moon sign, and Venus sign in addition to your sun sign as well, particularly when we're talking about relationships, right? So our moon is our emotion. Venus obviously is how we meet love, how we do love, so it's very, rising sun is a lot to do with our personality. So let's get into things. All right, so let's start first with our, as I said, our single friends. So let's pull a couple of the Divine Energy Oracle. Raise your vibration. Yeah. Have faith. We're going to pull clarifiers for these as well. And then we have retreat. Okay. So let's see what the clarifiers are, and then we'll figure out how we're going to, and then I'm going to pull a Celtic cross spread for you, okay? Going a little deeper with the singles, I feel like this time around, just because I feel like you guys get gypped a little bit, right, in most of the readings. So let's see. We have raising your vibration, clarifying that. We have procrastination. Something to think about. Where has that maybe been a thing? Have faith. Healing can happen. And retreat is being clarified by home. Retreat at home. Wow. Whatever you consider to be home. Okay, raise your vibration. Procrastination. Interesting how I'm understanding those two. Hold on. Truth be told, clarifying procrastination, have faith, healing, happy, retreat, home, regeneration. You need to regenerate. All right. Sounds like a lot of healing, but this is what's interesting though. Procrastination normally gets a negative vibe, right? Because it's like, oh, you know what you're supposed to do and you're just, putting off doing it. But raising your vibration, I feel like I'm getting two things here. On the one hand, I'm getting, first and foremost, don't be flippant with anything. Don't be too reactionary with anything. Actually pull back a little bit, just so that the truth of a situation can be exposed to you. Where you may be looking at relationship in a way that maybe could be fine-tuned. Where have you gotten in your own way in relationship, right? Maybe where have you ended up with the energies that you weren't supposed to be with? Anything like that, right? Where you're calling them to yourself, anything like that. So for some of you, I'm feeling very strongly that it's that. For others of you, I'm getting raise your vibration and stop procrastinating, looking at the truth of a situation. If you're feeling it intuitively, it's almost that... it's that idea of like a truth that's not being spoken, that we don't want to speak to ourselves, that kind of thing. So for some reason, I'm getting that very strongly. Then we have faith, healing, obviously, and happy. healing and happiness are absolutely doable things within relationship, particularly if you've gone through a lot. A lot of you are in the space of actively healing, of actively being happy. So this is really nice. Now, if you're in that space where you're single right now, maybe you're dating, nothing crazy like that. You're in the process of trying to raise your vibration, but make sure that in that, you don't allow yourself to become too preoccupied or too busy to look at the truth and the reality of a situation regarding relationship and what it means in your life. So we have retreat, we have home, and we have regeneration. So I'm loving this because I just feel like just resetting, recharging, whatever, like just revamping yourself in this energy. And look, I'm saying that I'm not going to talk about the astrology and that it is going to be rolling out for this next 6 months. But I mean, right now, as Geminis, Mercury is in you. Mercury happens to be retrograde. At the reading of this, we're having the Gemini new moon in, eclipse happening in you guys as of today. So there is going to be a lot of this turning of the page, confusing, pulling back kind of energy that's very necessary in order for you to regenerate. So I like that. Let's pull a few tarot on that, and then we'll pull a Celtic cross spread. Okay, beautiful. Ace of Coins, a very nice energy, clarifying the truth be told. I like this because it's a new beginning, and it's getting what it is that you want. It's coming to you quickly, and you're going to end up having a foundation of stability. So honestly, Gemini, I just feel like hold on to your hat. Like something's happening for you, Gemini, in the area of, for those of you anyway who are not partnered, this is not my reading, but something is happening for those of you who are some sort of beautiful new connection, beautiful new beginning. We have faith, happy page of coin. Yeah. So some sort of new, we have ace, we have page. We have a lot of like new turning of the page energy here. Very nice. Very nice. Two auspicious beginning energies having to do with relationships. So I like it a lot. And then we have the judgment energy, regeneration. Oh my God. Regeneration clarified by regeneration, by the judgment. Right? Regeneration is a Pluto energy. It's got a Scorpio vibe to it, and this has a Scorpionic vibe to it as well, because the judgment is in astrology. It's connected to Pluto. I was going to say the planet. I still think Pluto is a planet. I know science doesn't agree, but whatever. So we have the judgment energy, which is about assessment, right? Just assessing, letting go, assessing and letting go, saying that's what happened. All right. I did the best I knew how in the moment. It's not holding yourself to the fire for whatever you've done in the past. It's recognizing that whatever happened in the past does not have to dictate your future. It's releasing whatever happened and just saying, I'm not going to be mad at myself for whatever happened in the past. I'm going to release myself from that, because the truth is, in the moment, I did what I thought the right thing was, even though in retrospect, maybe I shouldn't have done that, or maybe I shouldn't have allowed myself to be in that thing, but I was, and I did, and that's what happened. And everybody did the best they knew how. It really is very much a like clean slate kind of vibe I'm getting here for those of you who are single, which is nice, which is very, very nice. All right, so let's put these on the side and let's pull a Celtic cross spread and see what comes up for our Gemini friends. Let's use these. Why not? I haven't used these yet. Hope you guys are having a great birthday season. Oop. Okay. Ooh, very nice energy to start off with, my friends of the world. Okay. Learning a lot of lessons. Page of Cups, though, is crossing that. So there's some sort of new offer that's coming in. Or you've learned your lessons and you're waiting for the right beginning, the right offer to come in. Very focused on your wish fulfillment, very focused on happiness, Gemini. I get a lot of you are very ready just on it. Who's not ready to be happy? Most people are, but not everybody is ready for a relationship again, right? I just feel like whoever's resonating with this, you've been through something, you're totally ready to focus on healing, happiness, all of that. You've learned your lesson, been there, done that. You have the t-shirt, you know the story, all of that stuff. But it's being crossed by, it's like, all right, so where are they? Where's this new person? Exactly. I'm here. I'm good. I'm waiting. Page of Swords, very nice energy again. Another auspicious energy for new beginnings. Clear thinking. This is what I like about this energy, though, for you, right? Because swords are air, and it's thought, and there's a lot of clear your mental faculties are going to be very heightened, even though Mercury's retrograde right now. Whatever, it's only going to be for another 2 weeks, and then by the end of the first week of July, Mercury should be out of that post shadow. Things will be looking fine. So let's just focus on that. So I just see you being very, very clear, and you being able to change your circumstances for the better because of this mental clarity, because you're very mentally agile and you're very open. And what I mean by that is you're very accepting of the energy that you're seeing here, as far as what's necessary for you to kind of move forward in something. So there's some sort of new information coming in. So somebody might be reaching out to you online. Somebody might be speaking very positively about you, and friends, people at work, family members, somebody is letting you know about this. But you're being very smart. You're being very smart. You're being very aware. So we have the Eight of Coins. And what I like about this, having this in a read with the world energy, is just you're working very actively on mastering a craft. You're focusing on what it is that you have to do. You're not allowing yourself to be overly consumed, first of all, in the idea of relationship. There's a very balanced vibe I'm getting. Very balanced. You have a very logical approach to relationship in the moment. You know, and there's a lot of balance here, right? I mean, you're focusing on your responsibilities, doing what you have to do, right? You're furthering yourself in whatever area you're needing to further yourself in, because you are. I mean, you're going through a lot of stuff, right? I mean, especially right now, you have Venus in the 2nd, so there might be money things that you're working on. You have Neptune in the 10th, so you might be clarifying some things going on having to do with work. So, you know, all that being said, you also have Uranus in the 12th. So I just feel like there are going to be a lot of epiphanies that are going on for you right now, Gemini, and you're just going to be like, wow, I see things differently that I maybe wasn't able to see before. You're the King of Coins energy right now. I love this because you are not going to have any patience for anyone who's looking to change you, who's looking to take anything that's yours. This is a very sort of independent vibe that I'm getting, very independent. You know, where you want to be very focused on being independent, making your own money, standing on your own 2 feet, being the person that you want to be, and you're not going to have any patience for anyone who wants to come in and say, no, you need to be A, B, and C, or no, like you need to pay for all of this, or, you know, anything like that. Think about things that matter to you, that you value, from your sense of self, your personality, your finances, your home. If somebody's coming in and like, I think it'd be cool if we were together, but we don't live near each other, so you'd have to move here. That kind of thing. I'm only using that as an example. And you're just gonna be like, no, thank you. We have the Four of Swords energy that's surrounding you right now. And this is nice because this is stepping back for perspective. You're getting past something. You're getting over something. This is recovery energy. So some of you might actively be working with a therapist. Some of you might be actively doing shadow work. I know I'm working with a lot of you right now doing shadow work. So I know a lot of you are doing that as well. But it's all in an attempt to figure out a better strategy forward in relationship for you personally. What's personal for you is what you're going to be looking at. It doesn't matter what anybody else. Not that you're not in, I'm not getting a selfish vibe at all from this, at all. But just in a very pragmatic way, what is the right thing for me at this point in my life to move forward in, right? So we have the Faith energy. So now this is in your challenge and in your block. So some of you may be realizing at the end of the day, maybe you just don't want to be married. At the end of the day, right now, you want to be in a relationship, but you might be in this space where you're not sure if you want that traditional kind of relationship. Others of you, the block is in finding somebody who wants the same kind of commitment as you. So it depends on where you are on the spectrum and where you're at in your life. But this is something that's sort of an internal focus for you. This question of conforming, this question of that deep level of commitment. And you're kind of confused about it. Because what I am getting for those of you who are single, even though, obviously you wouldn't be watching this if you weren't at least interested in maybe seeing what might go on in relationship. And the bottom line is you're in this space. First of all, you're confused. I mean, a lot of us are right now, but I feel like it's a little different, where you really feel like you're not sure what you really want out of a relationship. And if you feel like on some level, that you won't end up having to sacrifice what it is that you want, need, and desire in order to be in relationship, that you won't somehow end up being martyred. Are you going to be asked to not, I don't want to say not want, but I'm just going to say give up or sacrifice or martyr something that really, really matters to you? And so you're going to be in the space of trying to figure it out. Now, some of you might be chatting it up with somebody online, and you might be in the space where you just really kind of can't tell how they feel about you. You know how you feel about them-ish, and you're wondering if they sort of feel the same. And if you're in the space of waiting, you're wondering if the wait is even worth it. And if you won't end up having to sacrifice something that matters to you, or they might be feeling the same way. Well, you might have somebody lingering where they're just like, how does Gemini feel? But we have the Four of Wands as the final outcome energy. This is a new partner, opening up their heart and expressing their love and affection. Really nice energy here, guys. Really nice. So I do see somebody new coming in, but I feel like, Gemini, for you, it's really going to be a matter of what you want right now. Because you're going to be very focused on, in a very healthy way, on working on yourself and getting your ducks in a row as far as what it is that you want. And you just don't want to play with anybody who's looking to change you, who's not looking to show up. And again, you could say, oh, don't these things go for every reading? Absolutely not. No, I can tell you that. So that's what I have for now for you guys. So I hope that was helpful in some way for those of you who are single. Let's go into those of you who are partnered right now, okay? So let's see if we can get some oracles for those of you who are partnered. Live life to the fullest. Beautiful. Don't waste your time on silly little things. Accept what is dying. Keep your commitments. Okay. Well, let's see about the clarifiers for this one. Clarifying live life to the fullest. We have letting go. Accept what is dying. Pay attention to the signs. You see them already, Gemini. Keep your commitments. Keep your commitments to yourself. It's not a selfish energy. Keep your commitments to your dreams and what it is that you really wanted for yourself. And does this relationship align with that? Is it possible? Is it even a possibility for you to have? Gem, it looks like a lot of changes going on here, my friends. Go the distance. When we have live life to the fullest, clarified by letting go and going the distance, you know what it means? End it, Gem, I'm sorry, but it's go the distance in a way where whatever needs to be let go of, it needs to really be let go. Whether you're letting go of the whole relationship or you're letting go of something within the relationship that's just this necrotic, cancerous piece of shit in the relationship that's getting in the way of you being able to have a more fulfilling connection with this person. So depending on where you're at, you're going to know how it resonates with you. Clarifying, pay attention to the signs here and now. Like, do it now. Stay in the here and now. Don't dream about what might be, what could be, the potential of something. This is about staying in the moment, being very realistic, looking at what's going on, and accept what is not working, what's not working. Accept it. Now, that thing, it can't continue. So if it can't be transformed, it has to be released. Right? It's that kind of energy. It's kind of like, all right, here we are on the precipice. What are you going to do? Kind of thing. Clarifying dreams, keep your commitments, observe. Ooh, this whole third row here is just very like, pay attention. Do not lose sight of yourself, Gem. Don't lose sight of yourself. Don't lose sight of yourself in all of this. What is it that you see in your mind's eye that you want? Are you being logical? Are you being realistic? If so, that is what you have to go towards. And don't question yourself, and recognize in a very open and communicative way what needs to be changed and released in this relationship. If they are not willing to work with you, Gemini, think about your card in tarot. It's the Lover's energy. What does the Lovers mean? Choice. Are you going to show up and fix this with me, or aren't you? There's no in between. We're either in this together or we're not. That's it. You can't have two even sides of the same thing and have only one part show up halfway. Then it's not complete, right? It's not complete. So if everyone's not showing up with the same bells and whistles on to fix something, the whole thing needs to be released, and that's where it's at. So let's see, with the Celtic cross spread, what other information we can get about this information now. Let's see. Gilded Tarot. Eight of Wands in reverse. Clarified by the Five of Pentacles. All right. 10 of Swords. 10 of Wands. The Sun. The Tower reversed. The Five of Wands. Oh. Okay. Oh, Gem, what the hell's going on here? Now I'm gonna have to. This is gonna have to be like a little bit of extended thing because we have that Page of Wands. So we're gonna need to get the story about that energy. So coming into this energy, we have the Sun. So the Sun is a really. There's nothing negative about the Sun. It's just not. This is just growing a beautiful connection. It's beautiful. You know what it is more than anything, though? It's taking a chance on something. That's why in numerology, it's connected to the Wheel of Fortune. Something is very destiny-driven, fate. But I feel like for those of you in partnership, in the recent past, you've reached a point where it's like, all right, what are we going to do? This is truly like, are we going to fix this or are we not? And you guys having that conversation. But the thing is, it just seemed like one obstacle after another getting in the way. One thing, frustration, delay, just issues, just a lot of issues. And you vibing there being issues ahead. And that's being challenged by the Five of Pentacles. So I feel like a lot of you are afraid of money. There's some sort of issue going on with money, or at least you feel like it's being tested. Or, you know, money might be fine, but again, this idea of a fear of, so it's kind of like a lack mentality or fear of that. For some of you, could also just be the pain, the idea of, see, we have the idea of delay and then this pain of a breakup. So some of you may be sort of kicking the cup down the road. It's like you don't want to deal with the pain of ending something. You don't want to deal with that test of your constitution. Even though we have the Ten of Swords, which is an ending. There's a history here. It's the finality and the release of it that's going to help you, that's going to release the frustration and the stress, even if it's hard, even if it's painful. Because there's an end of a challenging era. But it's an ending so that you can transform into a healthier energy with a fresh mindset, with a fresh set of eyes. Because some things just become too overwhelming. The Ten of Wands. It's the card of overwhelm. You know? It's overwhelm. It's responsibilities. It's burden. It's too much. You know? Or others of you may be feeling this way because you're just so in tune with the fact that something within your relationship is being ignored because of other things going on. And you're just not feeling very receptive to the idea of relationship and to even doing the work that's necessary. And it could be a frustrating energy because even if there's love here and even if you want to do it, it's like you can't find the gumption to want to put in the work because of everything that's going on. I'm getting a definitive sense of exhaustion. Right now you're in a space of conflict. This is a battle of the wills, lack of agreement, strong opinions, fighting to be heard, just not hearing each other. It's the kind of thing where it's like you're saying one thing and it's as though your partner is completely hearing something else. And it's very, very frustrating. However, you're in this space because of it. where it's like on the one hand, you're like, damn it, do I have to keep defending myself, right? This is obstacle. So things could be definitely challenging right now. And you may feel like you're fighting for the relationship. You feel like you're having to stand up for the relationship, standing up for yourself. This is a hard energy. Your challenge here, though, is feeling harmony. We have the Six of Cups, getting back to that innocent point in the relationship, reconciling the past, reconciling with whatever's gone on, finding the balance within the relationship. Feeling like you've been mistreated in the past, having a hard time feeling like the potential for it to be remedied is there. You might just be sitting there saying, you know what is going on? And is this even worth it with the Tower in reverse? Because you might find yourself in the space of taking responsibility, even when you're really, at the end of the day, you're blameless. This can show you holding on to that relationship that's just not strong enough to stand the test of time. And see if you haven't been hanging on to the past to protect yourself from the reality of the situation. Because if that ends up being the scenario, your fears are likely going to materialize now, especially in these energies with you guys being the North Node over the next 6 months. The collapse of something is inevitable. If it's not the relationship, it's something within the relationship, and it needs to go. You can't feel responsible for forces outside of your control. The impact could be kind of powerful and feel sudden, but you're going to at least know exactly where it is that you stand. We have the Page of Wands, which is about just expressing yourself, and a very, very busy energy, some sort of somebody new coming in. Careful, it's a player, or you might be in a space where you want to be a player, but let's get some story on that. We have the Two of Cups. Two of Cups to me is a healthy conversation, first of all, so I like that. Mutually supportive energy. But I also want to say, for some of you, Page of Wands can also indicate a new passion. If you're unattached, if you get to the point where it's like, if this Tower reverse is like, all right, good thing I got out of that thing before it was any later. I want to go meet somebody else. Let me go play the field. And this is you meeting somebody else. For others of you, this is recognizing that the way in which you guys have been relating to each other, it needs to come down. It's got to end. And the Page of Wands is you expressing how it is that you feel about something and you making sure that it's heard, right? Because a page can indicate a new cycle, and you guys having a conversation that ends up bringing harmony back into the relationship that you were obviously struggling with. And we have the Emperor energy, which can indicate future plans and very practical things within the relationship being addressed, as far as how you guys are going to be able to move forward. So you're having this conversation and all of this, right? But it does seem like somebody's being dishonest. We have the Seven of Swords here. Look, I mean, this is literal or metaphorical. Dishonesty and moral running away. Could be somebody like theft, kind of stealing kind of thing. Somebody overstepping boundaries or being selfish. Could even be selfish. So you're gonna need your wits about you to figure out what the real deal is of something going on. But I feel like, Gemini, if you're thinking that somebody is being like, I'm just gonna use this as an example, cheap with their money. If you think like that somebody doesn't want to change for the betterment of the relationship, I feel like a different story is going to reveal itself over time, because at the end of the day, I feel like you're dealing with somebody who's just either very, very worried about security and having a secure, firm foundation financially. Others of you, you're going to realize that somebody that you're dealing, this person, your partner that you're dealing with, is just painfully insecure when it comes to you for some reason. And they're really protecting their heart. They feel back on their heels about something, or you may be with them, or it could be a little bit of both. It could be that they're protecting their heart and they're protecting their finances because they're not sure where it's going to go, or you might be feeling that way, or you can both be feeling that way. And that could be a bit of a trippy energy when everybody's in their own corners. Everybody's scared. Everybody's scared. Because we do have that being clarified by the King of Pentacles, who has no patience for anyone looking to take what's his. So if you feel like somebody's trying to take your money, if you feel like your partner is trying to change you, or if they think that you're trying to monopolize their money, or you're trying to change the way they are, this is going to be an issue. And this needs to be talked about. Otherwise, nothing is going to go anywhere. I'm feeling very strongly that this is a very core thing here. But this is the thing. We have the Star and the Empress as the final two. So you're destined to be with this person, though. You're destined to try to figure out, and this is also just a change for the better after a difficult time period. You're meant to be with this person. You guys are meant to work it out. You're meant to grow together. The Empress is the mother of the tarot. She's perpetually pregnant. So this is all about either parenting together, growing a life together, getting married, opening a business together, buying a home together, making some sort of investment, getting engaged, anything that's going to grow your life. Think about the idea of growth, and you could just connect it to however it would be with your life. But you're meant to grow with this person. It's like literally you're meant to grow old with this person. This person is your person, Gemini. This is your person, but you guys are going through something, and it's almost like I feel like everybody's in their own corner saying, no, you, kind of thing. So I don't know. I think that, yeah, that's that. So I see it going well, rolling out again. As I mentioned, this is going to be going on over the next 6 months. So I feel like this part here, this story, is going to need to take a minute to roll out. You have to talk about like who is feeling very insecure and vulnerable. But you know what's interesting? I almost feel like there's not, because of this Four of Pentacles, I'm feeling like there's this fear to be fully honest, which is where that Seven of Swords I feel like maybe is coming from. There's this fear of being totally honest. Fear. Because it's a moon in Aquarius. So moon rules our emotions. Aquarius is different than, Aquarius is always out of the box energy. You know, wanting things to be different as you move into the future. But you're not being totally honest. Or they're not being totally honest. Or neither of you are. Because of fear, though. There's got to be a fear going on here. Okay. Anywho, that's what we have for that. Now, on to our friends in separation. Let's see what we have. We're going to start with our lovers in separation cards, okay? And then we'll do some Island Time Wellness, pull a couple of my homemade oracles, and then we'll pull some tarot. Let's see what we have. When times got tough, I gave up on you too soon. I want you to see the real me now. I've been hiding from our love for too long. My memories of you haunt me and keep me thinking about what could have been. I'm sorry for judging you and hurting your feelings. All right. Well, it looks like somebody's sorry about something. That's what it looks like. So general messages, guys. Take what resonates, throw out the rest. You're sitting there going, no, that person is way too narcissistic to have those healthy revelations. And you know, again. So when times got tough, I gave up on you too soon. We have the idea of abundance. Keep a positive mindset. Manifest exactly what it is that you want. I want you to see the real me now. I've been hiding from our love for too long. Talking. Interested, conversing more. A weighted message comes in. Text, call, email. So somebody's calling you. My memories of you haunt me and keep me thinking about what could have been. And then we have seduction, very attracted, tempted, dating. Somebody did something. It doesn't have to mean there was a third party. It doesn't have to mean anybody hooked up with anybody. It doesn't have to mean that. But it's almost like this fear came in, and then all of a sudden, either there was like flirting, irresponsible flirting, could have been a third party thing, could have been opening themselves up to another energy, or you could have done that too. I'm sorry for judging you and hurting your feelings. Not enough. Frustrated in relationship, lack of confidence, self-sabotage, fear, ego issues. So it does seem like somebody made somebody feel like a kind of less than as a result of something here. Okay. One more row of oracles and then we'll get into some tarot, okay? Beauty. Entrapment. Somebody is seeing the beauty in the relationship that you guys have had. They feel very trapped in something having to do with who they really are. I feel like, Gemini, I feel like you're dealing with an energy here who's very sort of trapped within themselves about their own truth and who they really are. How teachable are you? Family and tribe. So there might have been an issue with the family, friends, something like that. And are they teachable? You know, it's one thing for them to say, look, I feel like I wasn't 100% honest with you. I want to be that. I want you to see the real me. I want to be able to be all of those things. But the thing is, they may literally not have the tools in their toolbox, you know, to figure out how to do that. That, you know, that could be very frustrating for a Gemini energy to deal with. Not to say that Geminis are all so enlightened. I'm not suggesting that, but Gemini, you guys do. I mean, you and Sagittarius, you're the axis of truth. You know, I mean, and you're, you know, even over Sagittarius, you're more in touch with, like, you know your own stuff. Like most Geminis, if I speak to them about like how Geminis are in relationships, it's like, yes, you're very difficult to please because you want so many things. Most Geminis will kind of laugh, okay, because Geminis typically can call themselves out on stuff, which is great, because it's not that you're acting like I'm better than everyone. You own your stuff, and you're like, all right, I'm doing the best I can. I'm working with what I have. That's very different than the energy I'm getting here that you're dealing with. You're dealing with somebody who truly wants that. They want to have that epiphany and that enlightenment in such a way so that it's tangible, and they don't feel like their ego's going to get in the way of them being able to adjust it, because they do feel like they want to work something out with you. But then it always comes down to how teachable are they? Are they able to see those things, right? It's not the easiest. Not everybody can do it. But I feel like either they consider you their family and tribe. This has to do with their family and tribe. Family and tribe has to do with other people in some way or another, okay? Some way or another. Okay, so let's see what the tarot brings to us. Gemini friends, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Two of Swords. Wow. Ten of Swords. Six of Pentacles. So much confusion here. It's like almost like, I love you, but I can't be with you, but I love you, but wait. Jeez, okay. Four, okay. All right, Four of Cups. Ace of Pentacles. Page of Cups. Yeah, Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands coming into this energy. Ace of Wands. Very nice energy, for sure, right? Passion, creativity, motivation. New. Ace is brand new. Very auspicious energy. Very auspicious. And an energy of virility where there was a lot of attraction. I'd be honest with you. I'm feeling the Ace of Wands. I'm feeling it was more than just obvious and physical. There was something like, I don't know, like you guys were really into how you each like lived your life. You just liked each other's story, you know? It was like what you had going on, all of that. Now the situation is emotional stalemate, being crossed by the wheel. It's being challenged by the ability of being able to reconcile. There is this idea of knowing there's a turning point, but what is getting in the way of taking the chance here? Only you know the answer to that, but it is time to think about something. You're at emotional stalemate. You need to make a decision, and you might feel like you need to protect yourself. I mean, that's all right, but the situation's not going to go away, so it's kind of like it's just not going to go. It's going to nibble at your heels, right, so to speak. But this is the challenge. So some of you might feel challenged in that somebody is not reaching out to you to give it another chance. Others of you are feeling very strongly that you want to reach out to somebody else. And look, this is, obviously it is, as I always mention, as the wheel is, it's a Jupiter energy. It's something coming back from the past. But you do need to think about that last go around. Was it worth it? Is it worth it? You know, how were the bones? How did you guys connect? What was the reason for going south? Is it something that could be, you know, in reality rectified, where you're not the one going in and having to bend over backwards and do all the work? Like, is this person literally going to show up to do it for you? We have a Ten of Swords energy, which I kind of like this here, because even if you guys are going to reconcile, it does seem like something, the way you guys were relating, that needs to end, right? Because this is an ending to something that there was a history to, and it's the release of that whatever it was before that needs to go, because that was a challenging error in a relationship, and it was very frustrating, it was very stressful. It needs to be released so that you can transform into a healthier energy. And being a part of what was in this thing is like an absolute NO for you. So if they want to come back, awesome. You'd love to have them if they were willing to show up with their conscious mind, with their ego in the trash, the unhealthy ego. You know, you don't want, you can't really work something out with the egoic mind in this way. The egoic mind is very difficult to reason with, right? But we do have as the foundation the Six of Pentacles. So it's something about this energy that they see in you, you see in them, where it's like there's a give and take, that you know, it's like I have your back, you have mine kind of thing. There is an element of family here. There's this element of generosity. There's an element of support. And knowing that they feel like you were that for them, because there's an energy of the past here. And you giving that to each other. You see, but I feel like the issue here is the Four of Cups energy is this energy of restlessness and feeling very disillusioned and wondering is it ever going to work out, and being able to meet any sort of past challenges in a very realistic way, because there's need to look, I feel like both of you need to look at each other, yourselves a little more deeply regarding how you showed up in the relationship. I mean, you know what I mean? It's like the Four of Cups is an energy where the tendency is to say, well, you did this, this, and this. And they probably did. And they could be feeling very much so that you did this, this, and this. And maybe you did, right? And they're understanding, whatever. It almost doesn't matter. It's recognizing, though, that just trying to place the blame on any one person isn't going to fix anything. So if you're going to want to fix it, you might need to understand that what's required is a lot of self-awareness from both parties, right? Both parties. Even if you're sitting there going, yeah, but I didn't do anything. Maybe they think you did. And maybe they, you know, that conversation needs to go on subjectively. And maybe you're like, oh my God, I didn't mean to make you feel like that. Or no, that's in fact not what happened. I think you're a little confused or something like that. But you surround this, the energy is surrounding this energy here of the Ace of Pentacles, yeah. Very auspicious energy, getting what you want, coming in quickly, achieving what you want, so that there could be a foundation of stability here. But the challenges and how to actually make that happen. Page of Cups is this good news coming in, right? It's this offering, right? This new energy. Now, for some of you, the challenge can be, for some of you, that someone new entered the picture. There's this new potential partner. And that might be a possible challenge for you, because you for some of you, you could be like, all right, look, I was in this, we're in separation now, and then you met somebody else, but you're sort of energetically between things. Should I give this person a chance? Should I keep trying at this thing? I don't know what to do. Just not knowing. Like, are you up for the task of trying to make it work, and what would be necessary? But this is your challenge. Some of you, it's figuring out how to actually open that door again. For others of you, the challenge is recognizing that you might have to go in a different direction altogether. We have the Fool, and then we have the Sun. This is Uranus energy. So this could be a new relationship, or this is a new start or approach and doing things differently than before. So if that is your case, if you're going to change your approach in a current relationship that you are in, you're not together, you guys are in separation, but you're still very much in each other's energy, we have the Sun as the final card, which is beautiful. It just is. It's growing a beautiful connection. Others of you who are like, you know what, I am out of here, I'm getting out of Dodge, I can't do this anymore, I don't think they're capable of showing up for me. Even though you feel torn, this is you allowing yourself to meet somebody new. And you're going to grow a very beautiful relationship. Ace of Swords, Page of Wands, new. Ten of Pentacles. Let me tell you something. Those of you who are trying to get away from this connection, you're going to be right back. I'm just saying. Because we have the Ace of Swords, which is getting over past obstacles and getting what you want, thoughts becoming things. You're going to be able to express yourself. And just blocks are going to be lifted. But we have to pay attention to the Ten of Pentacles in reverse, because this is indicative of some sort of family conflict. There's some sort of conflict within family. There could be conflict about money. There could be conflict about where you guys are going and how it's actually going to roll out. That's okay. That's a normal part of life. Then we have the Emperor energy, which is nice because this is being very practical about where it is that you guys are going, future plans, right? Being addressed in a very practical way. We have the Five of Pentacles here. I feel like the Five of Pentacles, for some of you, there's going to be this test of resources, financial issues, some sort of financial something, right? But you're going to be considering new ways of being able to move forward in the situation. You have a lot more support than you realize now. So something might just seem very scary in the moment, but you have to have this conversation. King of Cups is settling. A need exists to settle a conflict, either within yourself or with somebody else. And you just might feel very unclear on how to handle it. But clarifying that, we have the Judgment, which is about assessing the situation, letting go of whatever happened in the past, making a decision about the past, spiritually waking up, and reconciling whatever the issues are. And just trying to fix it the best that you can. And a lot of you are going to be doing that. Silly reasons, and that's that it's silly, and I think that money is not silly. We need money, right? And not that ego is silly. We need that in order to remain healthy-minded, balanced individuals. But it's a treatment of the imbalance of these ideas, either within you or within them, or maybe a little bit of both, that seems to be the problem. And those are very fixable things. If everybody just puts down their weapons and you guys decide together to work together, it does seem like. Anyway, my friends, that is what I have for you. I hope this was helpful in some way. Thank you so much for spending some time with me, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.